Graph and write equations of circles. That's my little symbol for a circle. A circle is a set of all points equidistant from a fixed point called a center. You guys should know that from geometry. Okay? Standard form of the equation of a circle with center at the origin is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Hopefully you did that a little bit last year too. Alright, from the equation we're going to graph, we're going to identify the center and the radius. Okay, starting with the center and the radius. Well, the center is at the point 0, 0. I know that because nothing's being added or subtracted before squaring. Okay, the radius, oh looky there, the radius is at the square root of 49, which is 7. Okay, we should probably manipulate this to make it look like standard form, so we're going to add the x squared, so it's x squared plus y squared equals 49. That's the standard form. Didn't really need it all because the center's at the origin. I know that the square root of that number is the radius, so on and so forth. Alright, so when you graph, you plot the center, and then using a radius, it's nice that it was a nice even round number, or integer I should say. And we just pick 5, or do your quadrants, and 7 points. Not 7 points. 7 units out. And I'm not looking for perfection, mine's far from it, but there we go, there's our circle. Now, write the equation of the circle with center at the origin, and 5, negative 1 is a point on the circle. We need to find the radius. That's the only thing we need to do. Because we got x squared plus y squared equals r squared. That is our standard form. I need to find r. And how do we do that? We find r by using the distance formula to find the distance from the point 0, 0 and here. So the center and this point. Okay, section 9.1, guys, was your distance formula. And it's going to be the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, whichever one's which point doesn't really matter. Basically, since one of the points is 0, 0, we just need to square both of these and add them. Okay, so the distance or your radius is going to be the square root of 5 squared plus negative 1 squared, which is the square root of 26. And don't you dare give me a decimal for that, because decimals are gross. Because in the formula we're going to square it. So the square root of 26 squared is just 26. So x squared plus y squared equals 26. There is your equation. Alright, 9.6. Circles translated. Alright, so what if my center is not at the origin? Let's say the center is at the point HK. Radius is still going to be r. So standard form is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay. Write the equation of the circle with radius 5 and center negative 3, 4. Oh, looky there. There's r, there's h, there's k. Plug them in and go for it. X minus, minus negative 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals, 5 squared, that's 25. I'm done. If they give you the center and a point on it, you use the distance formula to find your radius. Okay, graph and state the center and radius. Okay, center. It is at HK. H is 4, K is negative 2. Here you got to be careful because in standard form, it's x minus h, y minus k, so if it's being added, it's got to be negative. The radius is going to be the square root of 169. And those of you that don't know it, it is 13. So when we graph it, plot your center, which is at 4, negative 2. And then using your radius, you go 13 in each direction. 13 that way, 13 up, 13 this way, 13 down. Okay? Which I'm just going to kind of estimate it because that's what I did. Alright, I might not have gone exactly 13. And yes, I do expect you guys to go exactly however many you need to. But that's all you do. Take your radius, 13 in each direction. Okay. Another piece of 9/6 is to give the equation and determine the difference between the type of conic section it is. Well, so far we've talked about parabolas and circles. Okay, you need to know when an equation wants you to graph what. I do believe at the end of your assignment and the homework there is a little section of this. Okay, here are some circles and parabolas. Graph them. Okay, with a parabola, only one of them is squared. Only x or only y is going to be squared. Period. If both x and y are squared, then it's not a parabola. With a circle, both x and y are squared and they're being added. So when you have both x and y on one side of the equal sign, there better be a plus between them. Okay? We'll talk about other things that don't have pluses between them another day.